Good morning, Year 1. For today's Friday Challenge writing task, you are going to be designing and describing your own gingerbread house based on the one we saw in the story of Hansel and Gretel. Hopefully you've all completed the reading task this morning and you've listened to the story. So you will be using adjectives to describe the gingerbread house that you have designed. So for our anchor, to warm our brains up, I'd like you to try and think of some adjectives to describe the sweets in the picture. So pause the video now and have a think. Okay, so some examples that you may have thought of as well could be sugary, shiny, crunchy, colourful and swirling, because in these lollipops we can see some swirling patterns. So when you've designed and drawn your own gingerbread house, you will need to have a think about how you can describe it using adjectives. So what can you see? So I'm using this picture here as an example, but yours might have some different sweets. It might have your favourite chocolates and sweets on it that you can then move on to describe. So I'm just using this as an example, and we can use some 2A phrases. So you might say things like thick, trickling chocolate, swirly, sparkling lollipops, or soft, crumbly cupcakes. So we need to try and use as many adjectives as we can to describe. And then we'll be putting our 2A phrases into sentences. So here I've come up with an example. On the roof of the house there are swirly, sparkling lollipops poking out in all directions. So swirly and sparkling are my 2A phrase. So we've got the two adjectives here to describe the noun, and remember to use the comma between your two adjectives. And here I have done an example, so I am describing my own gingerbread house that I have designed. I'm going to go through and highlight the adjectives that I have used. As I crept through the woods, I could see a magnificent sight ahead of me. It was a gingerbread house. On the roof of the house, there were bright, sticky lollipops, shimmering in the sunshine. White icing was flowing down the walls and thick brown chocolate was trickling down the chimney. The door was made of colourful Smarties glued together with icing sugar. I could not believe my eyes. Okay, so I've got some adjectives and then I've also used some verbs to describe how the chocolate was trickling down the chimney and how the lollipops were shimmering, the white icing was flowing. So see if you can try and get some lovely descriptive adjectives in there and maybe some verbs as well to describe what the different sweets and chocolates were doing. Okay, so your task today is to draw a picture of your own gingerbread house and then describe it using adjectives. You can use the starting sentence here to help you begin your description and then carry it on from there. Okay, we look forward to seeing your wonderful writing.